Cancel button.
Hello everyone, I'm with my imaginary friend Andy, and we're doing a beer with me. Just the one beer with you folks. The next one is just going to be different. I want to talk about the podcast, if that's okay with you folks. I put music in the episodes. And I feel like I'm going to do a series where there's music in the episodes and a series where there isn't. We haven't done a bonus episode for a while, which we freaking well need to do. We're going to take the podcast a step further now. Because I'm going to bring people onto it, and I'm also going to do a YouTube channel next year just for the audio blog podcast, because I'm very, very serious about it. You're doing an Imaginary Friends podcast, aren't you? Yeah, I'm doing a few podcasts on the other channel, but the audio blog is very, I don't know, I feel there's something special to it. I feel like I'm doing one thing for one member, like one half of the audience, and something for the other half. I'm drinking Tetleys, by the way. But I feel like saying the word, I feel like dropping an F-bomb, you know? Because like I really wanted to talk about stuff like the virtual walks haven't happened, and I don't know what people want. I don't know what to do with my podcast. I could get on my soapbox a little bit and talk about record labels and stuff. But I'm doing another podcast with somebody from school called Chris Lyon. We're going to call it the Gods of Lightning podcast. But I just feel the moment like I'm doing another project with a friend, and my parents think there's something going on. So when that page comes out, everybody will know. But I got a bit pissed off today. You always get pissed off. Yeah, but today was a day where, you know, and I'd normally probably not get pissed off, but today's a day where I would get pissed off, but you kind of like, sorry, Andy's chipping in. And Adam's beggared off. He's gone to the shop. Freaking hell. Oh well. Screw him then. But I'm going to do a series because Mother and Dad are only doing, well, Dad's only doing the one night, the Wednesday night. But I just feel a bit fucking... I feel like no one's listening to me, you know, when I want to do something like... So I'm just going to concentrate on these podcasts.
YouTube. Now. Amazon Basics boomboxes. The Clown's Handbag. Recommended. Techbone. Attachment.
But I just feel like, you know, saying what I feel on some stuff. But today I got pissed off because I was doing the park run and I walked past the bit and it actually had the sign for when it said when the gardening group was. I got so pissed off when I saw that sign. Because I was going to do a gardening group last year. My goal last year was to get fit. That was my goal. My goal this year is to start running. Start a park run. Yeah. Start a park run. I guess if you started like running, I feel like because my DJing at the moment as well, like my gigs aren't going to start till next year. They're taking the fucking isolation. Do you know, right? I disagree with isolation. You know, because unless someone has actual fucking COVID, but it's like today there were a few people that didn't give a shit, and I actually apologised. I think I might take my mask next week and wear it where we're near the park, where everyone's sort of overcrowded. I'm totally against masks. But I'm also totally against this isolation. And the government's lifting that. But I think the whole thing should be like they're saying you should wear masks if you want to. They should do that with the isolation. Like if you have a cold, if a person wants to isolate, let them do it. It's more common sense to isolate, really. Well, what we did, it's strange because what we did, we were very ahead of ourselves. Not only did we keep the office going, but it was just me, Andy and Rosemary. And we were very over clean. I am not a person that stays clean by all accounts. Because I'm not that sort of a person. Also, my stepdad this week was talking about, because of certain circumstances, he's like, oh, he's like, to not confiscating my phone and, you know, oh, just give it to him when he, you know, have it for emergencies and all that bullshit. But I use my phone for a lot of work at the moment. Hence why I'm trying to get another camera for vlogging. You've got another camera, haven't you? I've got the VTech, but that's a bitch. The VTech is a bitch because, actually I could use another camera, but the VTech's a bitch because it only has so much space on it. So, what about that camera upstairs? It needs a micro SD. I'll wait till Paul comes back off his holidays. And I'll get that camera sorted out. Because I might just say to Mummy, we need to get that camera sorted out. Yeah. Because we need a camera. Technically, actually, I do want a GoPro. Especially like now I've started doing the park run. Because I wanted to film that this morning. Not with the people going past, but I just wanted to film me kind of doing it. And I was thinking of getting a GoPro for street photography stuff. I would borrow a camera to do all that stuff, but haven't you got another camera anyway that you could just use for your photographing? Or I have, but it needs batteries putting in it and an SD card putting in it. It's a bit of a bitch, that camera.
9:30 p.m.
Amongst other things.
9:30 p.m.
Anyway, I think because I use this phone for a lot of stuff at the moment, my YouTube, my Facebook work, everything I do is on this phone. I have nothing else. And I have people now, the mainstream dictating what I fucking do. because they think the mainstream people think, like the mainstream think that I'm in a relationship and I'm fucking well not. I can't be doing with that shit. I'm working with people, and yeah, there's been a bit of connection there, which I'm talking about on another page, which I'm setting up today. But there's nothing technically happening. But anyway, that's all I need to say. It's people that think all the obvious all the time. There's somebody who I like, but we can't. It would affect our work. And I've said this to this person. Yes, we've got a working relationship, but we haven't got that type of relationship. And it's hard to keep things underground because you can't. I mean, our artwork, our music. We're now, for the third album, we're now keeping all that underground, but people don't know about that. So it's just the way it is, and people kind of state the obvious. And I've been a bit silly these last few days, but today something happened. We were talking about our artwork today, and we've lost what we were going to have through that. So we're now trying. You see, we can't. We're trying, like there's another person. We're trying to get involved. And we're trying to make the mainstream think that I am in a relationship when I'm not. The mainstream, we're trying to piss the mainstream off somehow. Because it's like what happens in the inner circle stays in the inner circle. And with me blurting anything out, but it's just pissed me off this whole week. And people need to come out of their shells. That's as far as I'm saying. We're not about rubbing people up the wrong way or anything. That's not what we do. There's going to be a Facebook page to keep people comfortable and also to make things okay, I guess. But I don't know. But I did the park run today. It was the first day I did it.
9:36 p.m.
It was the first day I did the park run. And it was strange. wasn't strange. It actually felt good doing some. I think it was strange using a different way of guiding for, because I thought the tether was actually quite good because it meant that you could be free. Like you were still holding that person, but it meant that they had to bring you around the corners, and it was kind of easy to get around them. The only thing that annoyed me was when people were running towards me, and I couldn't get past them or whatever.
9:37 p.m.
Are you finishing here or? Yeah, I'm gonna finish here. Oops.
Comment. Mod Aslam is watching. Mod Aslam is watching.
Oh, we might as well carry on. Yeah. Hello, sir. I think you liked the audio walk, the virtual walks. They're going to come back to this page at some point. I don't know when. Somebody was asking about NLP. Oh, NLP! Frickin' hell. Right. Let me just pour myself another beer. NLP. Good Lord. They did ask. Yeah, I'm trying to think who asked it. NLP, Linguistic Language Programming. Linguistic Language Programming. Let's try and get this all in the glass. I would not want to waste a can. That is a very frothy pint. There you go. Frick me. I get asked these questions all the time. You see, the brain, the mind, is like a computer. And it's like, I guess, there is things that work for people that don't work for other people. And I guess that kind of, you have to think of making yourself better on mental health grounds, there's always ways of changing and bettering and whatever else. And so on. But it all depends on the way that you think. I mean, you know, I mean, everything's built on language anyways. That's the language that we speak. Everything's built on language, and it's all broken up. You know, words, sentences, phrases, meanings, whatever. But there's more than that. I mean, if you think everything's built on code, DNA, but on the mental side of things, you have on the mental side of things, you have you know what your thoughts are and what your thoughts are, and if you try and decode about where your thoughts are coming from, because your thoughts, they come into your head before you even think them. So it's trying to strip away everything. And it's trying to realize what part of the mind or what space you're in, so you can deprogram and go, I'm not in this part today. Maybe I need to be in this part. And it all depends if you're in a creation space or a recreation space or what space you're in. And sometimes you need to kind of remold everything. I think that's the way to put it. Remold everything. I mean, for some people, they find that drugs work. For some people, they find meditation works. For some people, they find going for a walk or a run or exercising to excess works. For some people, they find that drink works. There's other people that find that something just works. It may not work, it may weaken, but everybody's different. Anyway, I'm going because I've got stuff to do.
Is
โทรศัพท์แพนเดย์
formats. Creative tools. Flip camera. Flashlight selector. Invite to go live. Comment. Finish. Button.